Hi, I'm Andy Johnson. Welcome to Advertising Week Europe. We're about to talk now to a man who's been through an awful lot in his life, but has gone through a lot of adversity and come out smiling on the other side. We're going to talk to Jeff Brazier. Jeff, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
No, thanks for
having me. A lot of
me.
people remember you from reality TV, obviously from your TV presenting work, but now you're working as a life coach. Tell us how that's come about.
3 years ago, I had a session with someone who basically just offered me a free session. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have tried it, if truth be told. I thought life coaching was something from America where someone would tell you what to do and how to do it, and obviously who wants to be kind of, that's what our parents were for when we were younger.
Sort of psychobabble sort of stuff, yeah.
Absolutely, but I went along open-minded and like your average individual, I had a load of things that I needed to or wanted to do, but there was a lot of procrastination, like your average person really, and I didn't know really where to start and how to start. So after the session, in 1 hour, she completely gave me an incredible plan. I knew what I was going to do, when I was going to do it, had complete commitment to it. So I was obviously intrigued. In an hour, how on earth have you just had what felt like a fairly innocuous conversation, but yet given me so much clarity and direction? And I was completely intrigued, but she never did explain to me. But then 2 years later, she then sort of got in touch again and said, I'm now a tutor on a course. Would you like to come to Cambridge and take your life coaching diploma? And I'd always wanted to go back in education. I'd always been interested in psychology. And I just felt like, absolutely, it's the right thing to do at the right time. So as much as adding another plate to kind of spin, if you like, in my life, putting that with the kids and with the career and everything else, it was what I really wanted to do. I was really interested in doing it, and like I said, studying again was absolutely the right time for me.
One of the things that fascinates me, because we live in the era, and particularly your life, really, it has been played out on the media, hasn't it? Whether you've liked it or not, it's just been what's happened to you, really. But you've been able to use the good and the bad, and the very tragic as well, and come through the other side, because today's theme is all about comebacks, isn't it?
Absolutely. So there's what most people know about, and then as I've talked about today, actually there's a lot that people don't. I think that's more relevant in a sense that everything that happened in childhood really sort of helped me and gave me the credentials to be able to deal with what you do know about. Obviously we're talking about my relationship with Jay, we're talking about bringing children up on my own for 7 years. And how on earth does a dad do that and do everything else that they're trying to do? I'm not sure is the answer to that actually, but
well, you've done it, haven't you?
I just know that everything that I ever experienced, or that people around me, more to the point, experienced, it gave me a certain amount of a very unique skill set, let's say, that really prepared me for life and everything that it has brought.
And you were able to use some of those experiences, weren't you, by working with other children who'd lost a parent as well, and that was one of the ways you got into the whole coaching idea first of all, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're quite right. I would go and speak to dads that had lost their partners, and just give them the benefit of at the time 5 years experience that I had, because I think there are a lot of techniques, funnily enough, to bringing up your kids sort of in these circumstances. Because I didn't lose a partner, just someone that obviously I hadn't been with for 3 years. I think I wasn't as emotionally affected as someone who's lost a wife would understandably be. So sometimes someone coming in and just giving an offering a different perspective and maybe some other options that they didn't realise they had can make a hell of a lot of difference. And that's when I knew that I really enjoyed giving people perspective. I mean, that's what I did. I didn't tell them what to do, but I just obviously gave them things that they could do and they could try, and the feedback was always incredible. And I think you're right, it did fuel me wanting to look into what coaching was.
And of course, your two boys now have got a bit older. I think is one a teenager now, is that right? Or about to become a teenager?
11 and 13. And
how are you coping with that?
A huge sigh, because we want them to be babies forever, but I'm a man looking after boys, and obviously I'm enjoying them growing up and getting into whatever they're getting into. The other day I've had a chat with Bobby. We're walking around Hove Park, that's really close to us, and he spotted a few friends, and he's like, Dad, can I go off now? And as soon as I said, yeah, go on, Bobby, he's gone walking off, and there's 3 teenage girls have run up to him like they was having literally having a 100-metre sprint in the Olympic final, to get to him first to throw their arms around him. And it was just like, oh, is that the stage we're
That's
at?
my boy.
That's my boy. I wanted to video it, but that would have just looked weird and stupid. So I didn't.
And the police might have been called, and we won't go there.
I know, but they're progressing really, really well. I'm very, very proud of what they're becoming and who they are right now.
And tell us about life coaching now? Because you've got some new material coming out, haven't you? What's next for you?
Well, look, it frustrated me to an extent that I couldn't coach everyone that was looking for coaching. And what I did to kind of remedy that was to write an online course. I've mirrored what Joe Wicks, the body coach, has done for fitness and nutrition. He's put a wonderful course out there, which I've benefited from. And so I thought, really, I'm going to put my content into that template and kind of do something similar. So that's written now. I've tried it out with 40 or so clients and friends, and the feedback's been incredible, and I can't wait to launch it. So that's going to be within the month, and it will increase people's positivity, confidence and happiness, and take a real look at the things that limit us, and actually what we do that we don't realise to really sort of to sometimes make those limitations last longer than they should.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to join us this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed Advertising Week Europe.
I have. What a great event. Incredible. So many people that I wanted to talk to, or that I wanted to meet or even listen to, being the main point of it. So I know that Glenn Hoddle's around, Dynamo's around, because a lot of magicians work his NLP, which is something that I'm trained in. So yeah, fantastic event, not just for professionals, really.
And just briefly, if people want to get hold of your online course, where do they go to track it down?
JeffBrazierCoaching.com.
Thank you very much for your time. It's
Cheers,
lovely
Andy.
to meet you.
Thank
you very
you,
much indeed. So, of course, you can go to Jeff's online course by following that link he's just given you there. And if you want any more information from what we're doing here until Thursday, or you want to get involved in the conversation, it's #AWEurope.